In this video I will show you a live trade example in the Australian dollar versus the US dollar in the 4-hour timeframe using a little bit of all three methods of the fractal flow series. The trade is relatively simple, but the tools used have a deeper background as the students of the course already know. This serves the purpose of showing that not all advanced technical analyses of the market necessarily have to be difficult. If you know how to use your tools, you can make simpler trades like these. Between number 1 and number 3 we have what's called an expanding pivot formation, which is when a higher high is followed by a lower low. This is important to look at because expanding pivots give no information about who is in control of the market if we look at it in absolute terms, so we need to pay attention to the details around highs and lows to see what's really going on. Notice that high number 2 surpassed the last high closing above it with no problem. Low number 3 on the other hand only poked the low number 1 without closing below that level. That poking motion is what renders high number 2 as a fake market structure because this poking mechanism is usually part of market manipulation. As you can see in the vector between 3 and 4, price shot upwards proving that buyers were in control. High number 4 clearly surpassed the high number 2 level, and that renders the low number 3 as a solid market structure, which means that this is a place that we know that buyers are, and maybe we will be able to count on them if the proper techniques give us the possibility of a high-quality trade opportunity. Notice also that the turning point between number 2 and number 4, which happens in number 3, is a smooth transition without so much noise. That's usually another sign that market manipulation was indeed part of that portion of price, which is good news because we can trust that low number 3 even more. This smooth transition gives rise to a supply and demand line as you can see in the chart. A supply and demand line is a place where the market controller picks up price after the absolute extreme has been established. In other words, by looking at low number 3 we can see the absolute low, and by looking at the supply and demand line, we can see the moment where buyers took control and brought the market up to number 4. In other words, when we see the market going back to this supply and demand level in number 5, we probably have an opportunity for a long trade. Beyond that, we can see a hidden divergence happening between number 3 and number 5. This is another indication that price will go up after number 5 because price and momentum are out of sync. The trade you see opened in the chart was triggered when price hit the supply and demand line in number 5 as it is marked by the green arrow. The stop-loss placement for this trade is a no-brainer. We have a solid market structure happening near the entry point in number 3. For the target we will be using the upper line of the pitchfork you see drawn in the chart. Observe that this pitchfork is drawn using only major points in the chart, meaning that only significant highs and lows that are part of the story behind buyers and sellers were used. Let's see how this trade develops in the future. As you can see in here, price hit the upper line of that pitchfork yielding a profit of 103 pips as it is marked by the red rectangle. Notice that our stop loss was only 25 pips, so this trade closed with a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 4, which is extremely good since the average risk-reward ratio should float around 1 to 3. That means you can be wrong for the next 4 trades and still break even. This rolling effect of good risk-reward ratios is what gives the trader peace of mind of being able to be wrong sometimes and still make money consistently instead of having the pressure to be correct all the time. That creates a huge positive psychological effect in the mid and long terms. If you wish to understand in greater detail how you can trade like this, check out my strategy store link available in the video description. If you enjoy these videos and wish to see more in the future, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave your feedback below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you in the next videos.